Once upon a time, there was a young man named Alex who was easily angered by the smallest things. A spilled coffee, a slow driver, or a misplaced key could send him into a fit of rage. His anger was like a raging storm, a force that left him feeling exhausted and defeated. He knew it was hurting him and the people he cared about, but he felt powerless to stop it. He often wondered, how can I stop getting angry at stupid things? One day, he went to visit an old wise woman who lived at the top of a mountain. He told her, "I'm so tired of being angry. It feels like I'm constantly fighting a battle, but I'm the one who's losing." The wise woman listened patiently, her eyes full of kindness. She then asked him to follow her outside, where she had 2 large jars and a small bag of stones. She placed one jar in front of him and said, "I want you to place a stone in this jar every time you get angry about a small, insignificant thing." Alex agreed, and for the next few days he did just that. He was shocked at how quickly the jar began to fill. A stone for the burnt toast, a stone for the slow internet, a stone for the long line at the grocery store. The jar, which had seemed so large at first, was now overflowing with stones. He returned to the wise woman, a look of frustration on his face. "The jar is full," he said, "and I'm still just as angry." The wise woman smiled gently and placed the second jar in front of him. This one was empty. "Now," she said, "I want you to write down all the things that truly matter to you on these small slips of paper. Things like your health, the love of your family, the warmth of the sun on your face, the laughter of a friend, the peace you feel when you're in nature. For every one of these things, I want you to place a stone in this second jar." Alex began to write. He wrote about the time his brother stayed up all night to help him with a project, about the way his mother's eyes lit up when he called her, about the feeling of sand between his toes at the beach. As he placed a stone for each of these moments, he noticed something incredible. The second jar began to fill, but unlike the first one, each stone felt lighter, more meaningful. The jar didn't feel heavy, it felt full of life and gratitude. He returned to the wise woman, holding the 2 jars in his hands. The first jar was heavy and felt like a burden. It was full of stones representing anger, frustration, and fleeting moments of irritation. The second jar, though equally full, felt light and radiant. It was full of stones that represented love, peace, and appreciation. The wise woman looked at him and said, "Look at these 2 jars, Alex. The first one is a testament to where you've been putting your energy. All those small, insignificant things you've given so much power to. The second one is a reminder of where your energy could be going. The things that truly matter in life are not the irritations, they are the joys." Alex finally understood. His anger wasn't a force outside of him. It was a choice he was making, a choice to give his energy to the small things that didn't matter instead of the big things that did. He thanked the wise woman and returned home. From that day on, whenever he felt a surge of anger, he would pause. He would remember the 2 jars and ask himself, "Is this truly worth a stone in my joy jar?" More often than not, the answer was no. The spilled coffee was just a spilled coffee. The slow driver was just a slow driver. He began to intentionally shift his focus, and slowly but surely, the raging storm within him began to calm. He learned that the secret to stopping anger wasn't about fighting it, but about redirecting his focus toward the things that truly brought him peace and happiness. His life didn't become anger-free, but he learned to choose his battles, and in doing so, he chose his peace.